All right, welcome back, everybody, to Madrid. And we have Zverev taking on Davidovich Fokina, which is a kind of an interesting matchup because Fokina, I think, is like the best Spanish player left in the draw, or one of the higher ranked players left in the draw for Spain. So he's really their local hope. And Zverev is probably the favorite to win this tournament now after the last couple of weeks, how he's played and also how others have lost this tournament. But let's get the preview because these two guys have met a few times. All right, so Zverev, number 2 in the world, number 1 seed. He has won his first match easily against Bautista Agut, and Borges and Fokina went out in the first round, and it was an easy win for Fokina. So it's going to be interesting to see who can get out of this one because we know how dangerous Fokina can be. Also in this section of the draw, Comesaña versus Cerundolo. So Cerundolo has beaten Zverev this year on a clay court, so that could be a really tough matchup if they were to meet. All right, Fokina, number 29 in the world. He's 25 years old from Spain, 6 foot tall, right-hander, 20 wins, 10 losses on the year. He has no titles to his name, but has made a few finals over the time. And his form's been pretty good the last couple of months or weeks. And Sasha Zverev, world number 2. He is 27 years old from Germany, 6'6", right-handed. He's got 19 wins, 7 losses on the year, and a title as well. That was in Munich last week. 24 career titles, including winning Madrid a couple of times. And his form has been great the last week. 4-1 is the head-to-head. They played in Beijing a couple of years ago, and it was a 3-setter. They haven't played on clay since the 2021 French Open, where Zverev got an easy win. So it's been a while since Fokina has played Zverev on a clay court. And Zverev has gotten a lot better in the last couple of years on this surface. All right. Here we go, chat. Players are ready to go. They're about to walk out on court and we can get this started. How are we doing, chat? What's going on? What is going on? Zverev is a tough opponent. He smashes serves. Zverev either loses this or wins the whole thing. Okay. We will see. Rooting for the Spaniard in this one. Okay. What's my prediction? I'm going to go Zverev. I think Zverev will win. In a couple of... maybe in 3. Zverev in 3. It sounds about right. By the way, schedule should be coming out for tomorrow pretty... well, maybe in the next couple of hours. Schedule's actually been pretty early these days. They bring the schedule out pretty early. So we'll see what happens. All right. Zverev walks out. All right. Kim, how are you feeling about Djokovic losing? How do you think his chances will be at the French Open? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with Djokovic. I don't think he knows what's going on with himself. You know, his press conferences are strange. Like, he's saying a lot of like confusing things. He's not really... I don't think he knows what is going on. You know, why he is losing these matches, or why he doesn't seem to be as... it doesn't seem to be as important, you know, these matches and these tournaments. And I like I said yesterday, hopefully he has a switch where he can flick the switch, and then when he gets to the slams, when he actually when it matters, he can be able to turn it on. But I don't know. He's losing a lot this year. Yeah, and straight sets as well. He's losing in straight sets, which is not normal. Usually, if he loses, it's like a close 3-setter or a 3-set, upset. But he's losing in straight sets. It's very strange. All right. Pretty good crowd in this for this one, which is good. Despite winning Munich, it's been a while since we've watched Zverev win on stream. Yeah. Well, don't jinx it. Do not jinx it. Love your dog in the background. She's messing things up. What are you doing, Mia? What are you doing? Yeah, she's busy. Digging a hole in the ground. All right. By the way, Kostruk and Kudermetova in a third set. 4-3 Kostruk on serve. And Helene and Zachary have just started. And also, Kenin is up a break already against Potapova. Despite, Have I watched My Way yet? Yeah, I watched it when it came out the other day. It's very good. Very good. Very good. What's my prediction for Shelton Mensick? I'm going to go Shelton. I'm going to go Shelton in 3. Shelton in 3. That's what I'm thinking. Thoughts on Zachary being back with Tom Hill? I think it's great. Hopefully the results show that it's a good idea. Because I think he brought the best out in her. They plateaued a little bit, and she wanted to see if maybe there was somebody that could help her in a different way for her game to improve. He went and coached some other players too, I think. Pretty sure Tom Hill coached somebody else while they were... I think. I'm trying to think. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was somebody. It was Stearns. He went and helped out Stearns. And now he's back with Zachary. So, look, I think he got her to number 2 in the world. He got her to win 1,000 event. He got her to, he helped her a lot. But also, I think a lot of people, when Zachary plateaued or when she didn't go further, I think everyone, and maybe even her and her team, were thinking, well, maybe we need to change it up because we're not getting better. It's not getting better. We're not improving. So then she went and got other coaches. Try to see if there was maybe a different perspective, maybe a different voice. And he went and coached someone else. But I think it's great that they're back because... and it was good. It was probably a good thing that they split for a year or so. And kind of maybe realize that, hey, we are a good team and we're the best team. We're the best team up. So I think she'll get a lot of confidence out of that too, Zachary. So I think it's good that they're back working together, and we'll see what comes of it. Hopefully Zachary can... She's only 29, so she can... she's not done yet. There's still plenty of career left. Zachary was in top 10 this time last year. Yeah. So... will she be able to get back in the top 10? I guess we'll find out. But I think for her, it's just about getting better again, getting back to a consistency again. So I like it. I like that they're working together again. All right. Sakkari is being more aggressive this week. Love that. That's when she was playing her best tennis. That was my favorite version of Sakkari, when she was super aggressive and fearless. She's already broken. She's already up a break against Paolini, so that's fun. Okay. Here we go. I have no idea who's serving, but we'll find out. We will find out. Who you got, chat? Who have you got winning this? Zverev's going to serve first. I've got Zverev in 3. I think this is going to be a long match, though, so buckle up. This could take a while. All right. Zverev serves. The return goes in the net. 15 love. 15 love. 6-hour match. God help us all. Can't do that. All right, 1 second, chap. Watch out. In your bed. Alright, love 40. Sorry, I thought Zverev won the first point. My bad. Love 40. Fokina to break. Love 40 and Fokina does break. 1 love. Fokina breaks. Zverev making a lot of errors. 1-0. One zero. One zero. Djokovic is Zverev and Fokina is Fed. What? 1 love Fokina. One love for Keen as we serve. There's a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to the backhand of Fokina and Zverev in the net. Love 15. 15 love. 15 love. Seven to the forehand, Zverev. Return goes in the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand again to the forehand of Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev cross court. Fokina gets the points. Zverev hits it out again. 30 love. 30 love. $30 love. As Fokina serves another fault, second serve. Serve to the backhand is Zverev. Return goes the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand goes wide. 40 love. Koshuk, by the way, serving for the match against Kudermetova. All right, 40 love. As we serve. Into the backhand of Zverev. Forehand from Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev. Forehand from Fokina. Again to the forehand of Zverev. And Fokina gets the game. Zverev hits it out again. 2 love. 2 love. All right. A lot of errors from Zverev to start this match. What is Mia? What's up? All right, 2 love. And Zverev to serve. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve, Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand to the forehand of Fokina. Zverev hit it wide again. Love 15. Love 15. So we get to serve again. Into the forehand of Zverev now. The backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand goes wide. Love 30. What the hell? What is Zverev doing? Slowest start in history. Love 30. Love 30. As we get a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Fokina, return the nets, and Zverev finally wins a point, 15-30. 15-30. $15.30. And Zverev serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return goes back in Zverev. Fokina slice. Comes to the net. Zverev with the pass. Too good. 30-all. $30-all. 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 As Fokina tries to get this double break. And Zverev just tries to get on the board. He serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. There's a double fault, Zverev. Okay. 30-40. 30-40 chance to take the double break here for Fokina. 30-40. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. What is this match? What are we watching? All right. Fokina's got a double break. 3 loves. Zverev just can't win points. All right. Three love Fokina. This is why Zverev Cam never wants to watch Zverev. Now this is why we're watching Zverev today. Because you just never know. Cam, every night I listen to your stream and fall asleep. So thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Wake up! You're welcome. I'm just going to have to start saying wake up halfway through matches. All right, 3 love for Fokina with a double break. Is Zverev trying to break the record for worst start ever? Possibly. All right. Fokina serves. As the return goes into the corner for Fokina. Backing up from Zverev sliced. Fokina comes in with a volley and Zverev puts a passing shot in the net. 15 love. 15 love. Fokina serves again. $15 love. Fokina serves. A fault. Second serve. Seven to the back of Zverev. Return goes to Fauna Fokina. Zverev for the slice. Into the Fauna Fokina. And he puts a cross-court winner away. 30 love. Being world number 2 is Zverev's kryptonite. It kind of seems like that, doesn't it? It does seem like that. That he... he's... last week he was number 3 and he won. So... being number 2 doesn't seem like something he likes. Being the second best in the world, he'd rather be third best. Here's the number 1 seed as well, which, more attention. As that goes out by Fokina, 30-15. The first point Fokina has lost on serve. By the way, Kostruk has got match points. Kenin has got the break in the first against Potapova, and Sakkari's up a double break 4-1 against Paolini. 30-15. As with a fault, second serve. Second serve. backhand is Zverev. Backhand of Fokina to the slice is Zverev. It's Fokina forehand to the backhand is Zverev on the stretch. Goes in the net. 40-15. Just tuned in, Cam. Don't forget to vote. Thank you for reminding me. 40-15. As we get a serve again. And the return goes out by Zverev. 4-love. Fokina. 4-0 Davidovich Fokina. In 14 minutes. Kostruk just won. Nice. Love Davidovich Fokina. 4-love. As we return now to the backhand of Zverev, backhand of Fokina. And to the slices, Zverev. It's Fokina backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. Again, the backhand of Fokina. Fokina hits it wide. And it's 15-love. 15-love. Serve again from Zverev. Here's a let. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Fokina. Return goes long. 30-love. I don't know why, Chad. I don't know. Is this going to be a tiebreak? 30-love. I don't know, Chad. Fokina seems to sometimes mess it up. Could this be a tiebreak? Is it too early to say? 30-love. Backhand return goes back to Zverev. Fokina with a forehand winner. Maybe not. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. As we get a serve again from Zverev into the forehand of Fokina. Return goes long. 40-15. 40-15. Serve in the forehand of Fokina. Back on Zverev. In the net. 40-30. 40-30. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return the net. All right, Zverev on the board. 4-1 Fokina. He's got a double break in this first set. Okay. 4-1. Musetti and Chapo have cut their hair as well. Nice. All right. Okay. So in other news, Kennan's up 5-3 against Potapova, and Sakkari's up 4-1 against Paolini. Both in the first set. Kostruk took out Kudermetova, which means which means Kenin Potapova, winner plays Kostyuk. Yeah. And the winner of this match will take on the winner of Cerundolo Comasanya, who I think are coming on pretty soon. So we'll keep an eye on that if it does start. Cam, your stats are not correct. What do you mean? Cam, you still playing South Park? Is it good? That show is funny. Yeah, I've been playing it. Yeah, it's just such an easy, like, it's such a like simple like game. Like, it's not like a intensive game. It's such an easy game to just zone out to. I might actually play it after this. No, after this I'm going to watch a movie. I don't know what I'm going to watch. Then I'm going to decide whether or not we watch what we watch later, if we do anything later, because today's a little bit of a slow day, so we might take advantage of that and not go crazy, because tomorrow's going to go, like, from tomorrow onwards, everything gets crazy, so might take the opportunity today to just rest up. And prepare for next week's craziness. Barbarian's a good movie, okay. There's a bit of fault from Fokina, second serve. There's a bit of backhand from Fokina into the forehand of Zverev. Forehand of Fokina. Again, the forehand of Zverev. It's Fokina. Hits it long, and it's 15-0. What's the longest stream you have done, as in what time in AM? I think the longest time I've streamed is 16 hours straight. We did that like, maybe it was this year. Did we do that this year, or was it end of maybe last year? I can't remember. But it was like a 16-hour stream from start to finish. It was obviously not one stream, but yeah, it was a long. It might have been the Australian Open. We started at like first thing in the morning, and then we finished at like, it was that Medvedev day when Medvedev TN played, because that was the last match and it went forever. So yeah, it was like 16 and a half hours from like the start to finish. So that was fun. Those happen though at the slams. As that goes out by Zverev, 30-0. 30-0. Do you sleep during the day? How do you do that? Yeah, I don't know. I just do. I just have to. I just sleep and then do it all again. 30-0. As we return now from Zverev into the backhand of Fokina. Backhand of Zverev. Again, the backhand of Fokina. Zverev. Another backhand of Fokina into the forehand of Zverev. Fokina forehand is shanked. And Zverev's got a break back point for one of the breaks back. 30-40. 30-40. There are people who went to sleep and then with you streaming and woke up and you were still streaming. Yeah. Those days are crazy. All right, 30-40. Break back point for Fokina to take one of the breaks. So Zverev to take one of the breaks back. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. To the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev puts a backhand down the line, but it's not good enough. Fokina puts it away. Deuce. We get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. As Fokina serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand Zverev. Return goes to the forehand Fokina. Zverev forehand into the forehand Fokina down the line. The backhand Zverev on the stretch. Fokina backhand into the forehand Zverev. Shanked into the forehand Fokina. And Zverev with the backhand cross. Fokina gets it. Hits it down the line. That's a good shot. Zverev slice. As Fokina forehand inside out. Zverev backhand. Fokina with a volley. Is a winner. Advantage Fokina to keep the double break. Advantage Davidovich Fokina. To go to 5-1. All right. 7 to the backhand Zverev. Backhand Fokina. Into the slice. Zverev in the net. 5-1. Fokina leads. Sakkari's going to serve at the set at 5-2 against Paolini as well. And also Kennan's got the first set against Potapova. All right. 5-1 Davidovich Fokina in 26 minutes. All right. Zverev serves. Into the forehand Fokina. Return the nets. 15 love. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Fokina. Return goes in the forehand Zverev. Fokina forehand cross. Zverev gets on the stretch. As Fokina backhand just goes wide. 30 love. 30 love. Zverev serves again. And it's too strong. 40 love. 40 love. Zverev not doing so great? Yeah. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand into the net. 40-15. 40-15. Serve again. As a default second serve. As the backhand return goes in the backhand of Zverev. Backhand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fokina with a forehand. Into the forehand of Zverev. Again, the forehand of Fokina. And Zverev backhand to the backhand of Fokina. And Fokina in the net. 5-2. Zverev holds, but Fokina's got a double break. He's going to serve the set. Speaking of nodding off, I think DJ has zoned out for sure. DJ's right there. Okay, 5-2 Fokina. He's going to serve this set. He's got 2 breaks to do it. So let's see. Also, Sakkari won the first set 6-2. against Paolini, so that's a good start. That is a very good start. Oh. God, Chad, I feel like someone's hit me in the head with a hammer. All right. This cold weather's just getting me. Why does Zverev completely slump in the first sets recently? I don't know. We'll see if it continues in the second if we go there with him down a set. 5-2. Davidovich Fokina serving for the set. All right, 5-2. Fokina serves. As the return goes into the forehand of Fokina. Backhand of Zverev into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with a forehand down the line to the backhand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. It's Fokina. Forehand cross. Goes wide. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. As the return goes in the forehand of Fokina. That's a great forehand winner. 15-all. What happened to you, Cam? Is it tiredness or lack of sleep? No, I just think I'm run down. First serve, fault, second serve. I just think I'm... just think with the change of weather in Melbourne and a few things, I'm just... my body's just kind of crashing. 15:30. I usually get sick this time of year anyway. Every year I get sick real bad for like 3 days. And it's usually when it gets from like summer to fall or fall to winter. At the start of when it starts getting cold, I start getting just crash. 15:30. Chance for Zverev to get one of the breaks back is we're backing up Fokina into the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand to the backhand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. Hits it in the net. 30-all. I think this time last year it definitely happened as well. If you remember, I think around Madrid last year I was just like very sore. But that's all right. I'll get over it. How cold is it there? I hope you don't get sick. Yeah, look, I mean, I'll manage it. 30-all. As Zverev hits a return there. 40-30. 40-30. Why less streaming today? Because there's nothing to watch and I'm not feeling great. And I'm going to use the day to relax and get ready for next week so I don't burn out or crash or get sick for the important matches. As that goes in the net on the returns, Zverev is in trouble. Fokina 6-2. Solid from Fokina. First set in the bag, 6-2. All right. Yeah, Sakurai on the first set of her match. Cam, weren't you sick around Halloween last year? I remember you saying how glad you were to have the mask on as your nose was red. Maybe. I can't remember. By the way, Zverev 2 winners and 11 errors and 9 backhand errors, which is his favorite shot. So that's rough. 6 winners, 10 errors from Fokina. All right. Thanks for streaming despite not feeling great. I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling... I just feel like I'm going to get sick. Like, I just like... You know when you get that feeling when you just kind of like, oh, God, I feel like I just kind of feel sore. And just kind of a bit... Like, just like, oh, man. I feel a little tired. And then it's like... You wake up the next day and you're just like, oh, I'm sick. I kind of got that feeling. But I'll be fine. I'll try and avoid it. Going to be honest, if Zverev doesn't fix his backhand errors, I think it's all but over. Yeah. Zverev's backhand is his go-to shot, so if he's missing that, this is not going to go well. Know that feeling? You just have to sleep. That's all you can really do. Yeah, I've been sleeping fine. It's just... yeah, just trying to get used to the time zones. It'll be fine, though. I'll be fine. Even if I'm sick, I'll be here. I'm not going to stop streaming unless I can't speak, so... If I'm sick, I'm still going to be sitting in this chair, just maybe a little bit... maybe a little bit beat up, but that's fine. Okay, Zverev serving first in the second. Let's see if he can get off to a way better start, because he was shocking in that first set. As the return goes into the floor to Zverev. Fokina pass. Zverev with the volley in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Zverev serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the four now. Zverev on the return. Forehand from Fokina on the stretch. And Zverev forehand down the line is a winner. 15-0. All right, 15-0. Zverev serves again. Into the backhand of Fokina. Return the backhand Zverev. Fokina backhand to the backhand of Zverev. It's Fokina with a forehand down the line. Zverev backhand again. The forehand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. It's Fokina gets the point. Zverev overhits it. 15-30. 15-30. Fokina to get the break straight away in the second. What's the orange thing on your settings? Wait, what? What's the orange thing? Oh, you mean this? Oh, they're just basketballs for the hoop. 30-0. Kobe. No, I'm not feeling great today. That's why I missed it. Usually it goes in every time. Not today. I'm just a bit. I just don't feel great. Anyways, back in a backhand rally as Zverev goes down the line off the tape to the backhand of Fokina, but Zverev hit it long. 30-40. Break point Fokina to start the second. 30-40. Serve. Nope. 30-40. Zverev with the serve. Into the backhand of Fokina. Return is long, and we get the deuce. Zverev survives. Deuce. All right, serve again. As the return goes back in Zverev. Forehand for Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev. And that's Fokina forehand again. The forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina, who hits it down the line for a winner. Yeah.
This is going to be on Tennis TV, bro.
Great shot. Advantage for Fokina. Just hit the line. Advantage for Fokina. Advantage for Fokina. For a break in the second. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return goes to forehand of Zverev. And it's Fokina forehand cross. Zverev gets it, but hits it in the ground. Davidovich Fokina's got a set and a break. Okay. Here we go. A set and a break for Fokina. Okay. Well, Sakkari's up a set and a break against Paolini. That's exciting for Sakkari. Okay. Fokina with a set and a break. That's with a fault from Fokina. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Zverev. Forehand of Fokina goes wide. Love 15. Love 15. Fokina serves. To the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand to the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand again. The backhand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fokina down the line. Goes long. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As we return to the forehand of Fokina. Fokina in the net. Love 40. Sloppy game. Love 40. Fokina serves. The backhand of Zverev. Fokina, forehand to the backhand of Zverev, who hits a passing shot that hit the tape and went out. And it's 15-40. $15.40. With a serve into the forehand of Zverev. Backhand for Fokina is a winner. 30-40, 2 saved. 30-40. 30-40. Still break point for Zverev. As the return goes in the front of Fokina. Back into Zverev. Into the front of Fokina. Zverev forehand. Again to the front of Fokina. To the backhand of Zverev. Fokina backhand. Goes out. All right. Zverev breaks back. Bad game by Fokina, though. 1-1. Yep, we're not going to use the name Chokina. We're going to stop that right now. Otherwise, that is, you're going to get take 5. So we're going to start that shit, please. Thank you. All right, 1-1. One all. And please don't put scores in the chat. It's ruining everybody else's thing. As they're back in Fokina, the back in Zverev. Fokina forehand goes wide, and it's 15-love. Zverev. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Back into from Zverev. To the back end of Fokina. And Zverev forehand. To the slice of Fokina. He puts in the net though. 30-love. 30-love. Love. Yeah, Bella, I don't know what we're going to watch today because today's kind of a bit of an in-between day where we just don't have really that many crazy matches on paper. So I'm kind of I'm in like that. Like there are some good matches maybe later. Like we might watch a match later, but I'm like, I don't plan on it. It's a wait and see, but because tomorrow's going to be really busy, so I just don't want to. I don't want to do an all-nighter for no reason. Whereas tomorrow we're going to have to do for the next week it's going to be brutal. So just got to kind of pace it. Especially because I feel like I'm going to crash. So I just need to prevent that from happening. And I don't think I can do an all-nighter today and then you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to watch matches that we don't have to watch this early because there's going to be matches we have to watch tomorrow that are way more important. Most of the matches today aren't that important, or at least they're not. They don't have as much significance as the ones that are happening tomorrow and for the next week. Quarterfinals, finals, and stuff. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be crazy, so I want to be ready for that. All right, Zverev leads 2-1 second set. I'm becoming a Shelton fan. He's won me over. Nice. He's great. We love Shelton. Are we streaming the ladies' matches today? Yeah, we just streamed Sabalenka. We just watched Sabalenka, so if you saw that, it was like an hour ago we watched her. All right, 2-1. Comasanya Sarundo is a must watch. I don't think you know what must watch means. Like, must watch means like this is a very important match for the context of the entire tennis season, and if we don't watch it and we miss it, we could be missing some important information that is really important for the sake of the tennis year. That's what must watch means. Doesn't at least that's what it means to me. Like, a must watch is like, if we miss this match, we're going to miss something important that's really going to shape the way that we look at the French Open coming up and potentially for the rest of the year. Anyways, 30 love. There's a backhand rally. Another one from Zverev into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with a forehand. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with a forehand down the line. Fokina backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. And Zverev hits it out. 40 love. I don't think you know what must watch means. Well, get Tennis TV and watch it. 40 love. You can watch it. I'm just not going to stream it. It's definitely not on my radar of matches that I want to stream today. 40 love. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Fokina. Forehand from Zverev in the net. And it's 2-0. Sakkari's up 4-1 in the second. Holy shit. See, that's one I wanted to watch, but schedule was a bit shitty. So we watched this instead. But this is also like crazy what's going on at the moment. 2-0. Zverev serves. And the return goes into the backhand of Zverev now. Fokina hits it long, and it's 15 love. Serve again. And the return goes out by Fokina. 30 love. As we just served down to the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand of the backhand of Fokina. Fokina in the net. 40 love. Love. And then an ace from Zverev. Okay. Slowly playing better. 3-2 Zverev in the second. All right. All right. Got a funny feeling Zverev will edge this out in a tight second set and run away with the third. I hope not. Okay. Can you believe I've never watched a whole Schneider match before? Really? Interesting. That's the look most of the chat have when you tell us that Eala versus Uvati is a must-watch match. Just saying and accept the consequences. Stop complaining. You're really annoying. We watch Eala versus Udvardy because there's a lot of people that want to watch Eala. Comasanya Cerundolo, I'm going to say not many people on the channel want to watch. I don't think it's a match that a big chunk of the channel want to see. But look, if you want to bitch and moan about why we watch players and complain, I mean, rule number 7. Rule number 7. Rule number 7. Rule number 7. Yeah, why are you being so dramatic? Exactly. Rule number 7. We're going to start enforcing rule 7. 3-2. As with a 4-4 rally. As we get a backhand from Zverev to the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with a slice, but Fokina hit it out. Love 15. Love 15. How dare this man who I watch for free not do what I want? Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Forehand now from Fokina's a lob. And it goes in. Great shot.
This is going to be on tennis TV, bro.
15 all. 15 all. Started tuning to this match. Who do you think will win this in the end? I think Zverev will still win in 3. I think he'll sneak it out. As Fokina serves the forehand, Zverev. Return goes in the forehand of Fokina. That's a great shot from Davidovich Fokina. 30-15. 30-15. No, not Ross. Rule 7 on the channel, not in the Discord. That's funny though. No screaming in voice chat. All right. 30-15. As we return goes out by Zverev. 40-15. 40-15. 40-15. As Fokina serves. A fault, second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Zverev. Forehand from Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. To the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand. Again, the backhand of Fokina on the stretch. As with a forehand cross-court winner from... .40-30, good shot from Zverev. 40-30. 40-30. Fokina to level the second. First serve is a fault, second serve. Serving to the forehand is Zverev. Forehand from Fokina. Into the backhand is Zverev. That's Fokina backhand to the backhand is Zverev. Again, the backhand of Fokina. And Zverev again to the backhand of Fokina. To the backhand is Zverev. Now to the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand on the stretch. Fokina backhand in the net. We get the deuce. By the way, Sakkari's about to destroy Paolini. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sakkari wins 2-1. Wow. I mean, that is something. Welcome back, old coach. The new old coach. What a way! Like, get your first top 10 win in forever. Holy hell! And do it like that. That's crazy. All right, server to the forehand of Zverev. Forehand from Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev. Zverev hits it out. Advantage Fokina. Advantage Fokina. That's Sakkari's first top 10 win since last year Indian Wells semi-final beating Gauff. But when she was in the top 10 at the time when she beat Gauff. Whereas, 12 months ago. First top 10 win in 12 months. Anyways, back to Deuce here. All right, Fokina's hit a lot of errors in the second set. 11 errors already. Only 3 from Zverev, so he's playing a lot better than the first set as we return now to the forehand of Fokina. Zverev forehand pass. It's too good.
Unbelievable.
All right, Zverev with a break point to get a 4-2. Massive for her season as well, yeah. First top 10 win in over a year. Best win in over a year as well. And her ranking now goes from 81, and she's gone. If she wins her next match, she'll go up like 10 spots. So yeah, every win from now on, she's going to really, really get a boost in the rankings. Who does Sakkari play now? Raducanu, I think, right? No. Yes. Raducanu, Svitolina, winner plays Sakkari. So it doesn't get any easier, but Sakkari's won 3 matches in a row as well. I think that must be the first time for a while as well, right? When was the last time Sakkari won 3 matches in a row? Yeah, she hasn't won 3 matches in a row for a minute. I think Indian Wells last year. She won 3. Indian Wells last year. So it's been over a year since she's been a top 10 player and also gotten a 3-match win streak. Actually, because Charleston last year, she won 3 matches in a row. So yeah, first 3-match win streak in over a year and first top 10 win in over a year. So good win from, and it's the first week back that the coaches, her old coach is back on board. So it's, it's all good things. Advantage for Fokina to level the second set. Advantage Davidovich Fokina. All right, Fokina serves. First serve was a fault, second serve. Sakkari's currently 80 in the world. But if she wins her next match, she'll go up to like number 70. And then things start getting interesting. Backhand return goes to forehand of Fokina. Forehand from Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. He hits it wide and we're back to deuce. We get back to deuce. Serve again from Fokina. He is struggling now. 8-minute game too. Long service game. Fokina serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Zverev. Return the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand again. The backhand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. It's Fokina backhand again down the line in the net. And it's advantage Zverev. Advantage Zverev to take the 4-2 lead here in the second. Advantage Zverev. Fokina's getting a new racket. All right. Advantage Zverev. To get the break. As we return from Zverev into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand of the stretch. Fokina Down the line forehand. Zverev with a backhand pass. Goes long. And it's back to deuce. We get back to deuce. 10-minute service game. Serve. And the return goes into the backhand of Fokina. Backhand of Zverev sliced. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with a pass. No, he can't get there. And Fokina gets to advantage. What's going on, Laura? How you doing? Advantage Fokina. Advantage Fokina. There's a bit of backhand return from Zverev into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand. Into the forehand of Fokina. Again, the forehand of Zverev. Fokina forehand to the backhand of Zverev. Again, the forehand of Fokina. And Zverev with the forehand again to the forehand of Fokina. Down the line to the backhand of Zverev. Fokina forehand. Into the backhand of Zverev again. Puts up a lob. And Fokina puts away the smash. And he gets the 3-all and he pumps up the crowd. Long game. Long hold. 3-3. That was a very long service game. And Zverev had multiple break points, couldn't take them. All right, 3-0. Moving countries today after 30 years living in the US? Wow. Laura, good luck. That's exciting. That's exciting. All right, 3-0. And Zverev serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Backhand of Zverev. To the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand again. The backhand of Fokina sliced. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fokina backhand down the line. Zverev gets on the stretch. That's Fokina forehand again to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with a backhand slice. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand slice again. Into the forehand of Fokina. Goes on the line. Zverev on the stretch. Goes to the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with a pass. Fokina with a volley. Is too good. Love 15. Davidovich Fokina wants to break now and just really put the pressure on Zverev. Love 15. Love 15. All right. Serve again. As we get a let. Serve again for Zverev. As the return goes in the backhand of Zverev. Backhand a slice from Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev. As Fokina backhand again to the backhand of Zverev. Down the line the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand cross. Fokina gets it. Into the backhand of Zverev. As Fokina forehand again to the backhand of Zverev. Fokina forehand again down the line. Zverev on the stretch. Goes cross court. Fokina's got it. He hits a drop shot and it's a winner. Wow.
This is gonna be on tennis TV, bro.
Two amazing shots by Fokina and he's got love 30. Love 30, Davidovich Fokina. Man, the drop volley and then that drop shot was perfect. All right. Serve again. Love 30. Zverev just got a time violation. Okay. That seemed very quick, but okay. Love 30. As Zverev serves. Fault. Second serve. Love 30. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Back into Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev forehand. Into the forehand of Fokina. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Fokina down the line. Zverev's there with the backhand. As Fokina backhand again to the backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. And Fokina hits it long. 15-30. 15-30. Zverev won a week tournament last week. Well, it was a 500 event, but it didn't have... It wasn't like a strong field, if that's what you meant by weak. It wasn't as stacked as Barcelona, but he still won a tournament, and he needed that confidence, but I don't know where it went. 15-30. As Zverev serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Seven to the backhand of Fokina. Return goes in the backhand of Zverev. Fokina, backhand into the backhand of Zverev. Again, the backhand of Fokina. Zverev on the stretch with a slice. Goes in. Fokina backhand again. Zverev's there with the backhand as Fokina goes down the line. Zverev there with a forehand slice. As Fokina forehand in the net. Good defense from Zverev. 30-all. 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 As we get a serve again. Down the tee. And the return goes out by Fokina. 40-30 Zverev. 40-30 Zverev. $40-30. And then an ace. Okay, Zverev holds. Stays in front from love 30 down. Stays in front. Okay. 4-3. Zverev leads. I hope Dimino wins the whole tournament. I'd love this if this happened too. Be great. 2 big holds in a row, yeah. Let's see what Fokina can do now after that marathon game. All right. Zverev just got to try hit some winners, be aggressive. Yeah, but it's not in his nature to play that game. He doesn't play like that, Zverev. He sits back and he just kind of rallies. I think it's dangerous betting against somebody who, with a straight sets victory in their last game. Okay. Okay. Fokina serves. He just played a marathon game in the last game. Let's see if he can get through this a little easier. Potapova won the second against Ken, and they're going 3. Ken and Potapova are going 3. And Pegula's about to play as well. Slice from Zverev. Into the back of Fokina. Back into Zverev. Into the back of Fokina. Zverev with a forehand into the forehand of Fokina. He puts away the winner. 15 love. 15 love. Love. As the return goes down the line, forehand from Zverev sliced into the forehand of Fokina, who hits a drop shot winner again. He's done a lot of that in the last couple of games. 30 love. 30 love. 30 love. As the return goes in, the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand lob. But Fokina with the smash. Zverev puts in the net on the forehand. And it's 40 love. 40 love. Davidovich Fokina. To get to 4-all. He serves in the back of Zverev. Return goes in the net. Much easier game for Fokina. 4-all. 4 games all. All right, 4 games all. All right, back to Zverev. Since Rublev and Djokovic are out of this event, Medvedev will exit next. Now, he'll win the whole thing. By the way, that's Sakkari's first top 10 win on clay since beating Swiatek at the French in 2021. Wow. That's a huge stat. Damn. First win against a top 10 player on clay since beating Swiatek at the French. That's wild. All right, 15 love. All right, 15 love. He's got a 4 now from Zverev. That goes out. 15-all. 15-all. Ah, 15-30. Zverev in trouble. 15-30. Zverev is in trouble. He gets broken here. It's all done. Could be all over. 15-30. There's a bit of fault from Zverev. Second serve. Second serve. As we return now from Fokina into the forehand of Zverev. Fokina forehand. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Fokina with the forehand to the backhand of Zverev. Into the back of Fokina on the stretch. Zverev back in again. The back of Fokina. Zverev with a slice on the stretch. Goes in the net. Fokina just going after it more. 15-40. To take the break and serve for the match. 15-40. Serve. Into the corner for Fokina. Return goes short. Zverev with the smash, puts it away. He saves one. 30-40. 30-40. Still break point for Fokina. 30-40. As the backhand return goes in from Zverev to the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand down the line. Fokina gets it with the forehand into the forehand of Zverev. To the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand. Into the backhand of Fokina. Again, the backhand of Zverev. Fokina backhand again to the backhand of Zverev. As Fokina goes again to the backhand of Zverev. Just going backhand to backhand. As Zverev again to the backhand of Fokina. He hits a drop shot. Zverev's going to get it. Fokina, backhand pass in the net. Oh. Deuce. That would have been crazy. That backhand goes in, this whole crowd go crazy. And it just hit the tape. Deuce. Yeah, he had the chance to. Zverev's not the best at the net. Even if you don't make the pass, if you make it over the net, at least give Zverev something to volley. You know? There's still a chance here. Deuce. Zverev's too strong, though, on the serve. And it's advantage Zverev. Advantage Zverev. And he serves two aces. All right. On two unreturnables. And he gets the lead, Zverev. But Fokina thinks it's out. Fokina's saying it's out. But the Hawkeye is saying it's in. And the umpire doesn't change their mind because Hawkeye said it was in. So there's no changing. Doesn't matter if it's in or out. If Hawkeye says it's in, that's what they go off that now. They don't check the mark. Not when Hawkeye's already there. Hawkeye does its job. A lot of players have been saying, have been asking the question of Hawkeye as well this couple of weeks. And the umpires have definitely been told not to get out of the chair. Because if they go down there and they see if they go down there and check the mark and then they agree with the player, then that's going to set a whole bad... then every call will be questioned. That was a very close call, though. Hawkeye said it was in, but it was in by this much. Okay. 5-4 Zverev. He survives. All right. Zverev in trouble mainly because Fokina is good. An opponent on clay for anyone, to be honest. He is tough. I mean, yeah, and proven as well. Davidovich Fokina is proven clay court player too. Okay. All right. 5-4 Zverev as Fokina tries to level the second. As he goes backhand to backhand rally, Zverev into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand to the backhand of Fokina. Zverev into forehand to the forehand of Fokina on the stretch. Zverev gets there with a slice. Drop shot's good by Zverev. Fokina backhand goes in. Zverev says it's wide. Zverev is saying it's out by this much. And the crowd are going wild. Zverev is arguing about Hawkeye. And Muhammad Liani just said, I'm not allowed to come out of the chair and look. I'm not allowed. And Zverev's like, please come down and look at the mark. Muhammad Liani's like, I'm not allowed. See, I told you, chat. They're not allowed to come out of the chair because if they do, if they validate the player who might be right. I mean, Zverev might be right. It might be out because Hawkeye isn't perfect. Zverev saying there's a mistake in the system, and he might be right. Because we've had other players. I mean, we had Sabalenka, I think Azarenka this week and last week taking photos and being like in or out. But they're not going to overrule Hawkeye because if you overrule it once, it's going to be madness. By the way, it said it was in by this much, and Zverev is saying it's out by this much. So it's a big difference. And Fokina's just like, well, it happened to me in the last game. So, I mean, I don't know what you want from me. Is Zverev going to sit down? Is he not playing? Oh, no. This is Zverev. He can't do... He's going to take a photo. Oh, okay. Everyone's taking photos. I don't know if he's allowed to do this. Like, I don't think you're allowed to use your phone. He's taking a photo of it. Okay. That looks pretty far out too. And the crowd's going nuts. So Zverev just got a warning because of unsportsmanlike conduct. So using his phone and disobeying, umpires' orders. But man, God, this Hawkeye thing on clay is brutal. But it's like if it's 99% right, we have these moments. I still think we need a hybrid of like the umpires need to come down and use common sense. And if it's a really close call where it looks like the mark in reality is close, then that way, if it's like, then let Hawkeye do the work and be like, well, Hawkeye said it was in, so we're going to go with Hawkeye. But if the ball is clearly out, there needs to be like you can't just rely on the technology if it is clearly out. All right, 30 love. Was it a 4-4 rally? Down the line to the back, and it's Zverev. 4 now from Fokina. No, Zverev hit it out. 40 love. There has to be a balance. Yeah, I feel like there has to be like if there's a mark that clearly shows the ball is not touching the line, but Hawkeye said it is, there has to be human intervention. Because it's silly if the ball is if there's a bad call, like Hawkeye makes a bad mistake. It has to be at least a bit of both. Whereas if it's too close, I feel like if the ball's out by or if the ball's on the line or whatever, and it's next to the line, really close, just let Hawkeye do the work and be like, nah, I'm not. But if it's a clear overrule, the umpire's got to clearly overrule it. If it's clearly out or in, the umpires should overrule it. If it's too close to call, let Hawkeye do it. But if it's clearly out, the umpires should overrule the call. Hawkeye should be used. It should be treated like the lines people. Like the umpire overruled lines people all the time when we had them, right? And Hawkeye on clay is not perfect. It's less perfect than hard courts. Zverev, by the way, he's like, is that one out? Is that one in? Apparently it was out as well. And it's love 15. Zverev's hitting it out, and Hawkeye's saying, well, you came at me, so I'm coming back at you, brother. Hawkeye's got beef with Zverev. I think Zverev's going to lose this match just based on this. On these bad calls. He's just going to get distracted. And then he's going to blame it on the line calls and shit. Love 15. But I mean, players we've seen. And the thing is, chat, the players that aren't getting the bad calls are going to see the other players that are getting bad calls, and then if they feel they got a bad call, they're going to be like, well, Hawkeye's been making mistakes all week, so Hawkeye is getting a bad rap. Because the more mistakes it makes, the more everyone is going to be questioning whether or not it's good, or whether or not it works on clay. That's why it didn't come to clay until now, because it was always going to be, there was always a risk that it wasn't going to be perfect, you know. Whereas at least on hard courts, it's a lot more accurate. But it'll be interesting to see what Zverev does with that photo and see how close it actually looked, because it did look kind of like there was a big gap between the ball and the line. Fokina in the net, 30-15. Yeah, it happened to Sabalenka in Stuttgart, and also happened, I think, to Azarenka this week. So there's a few players that have been taking the photos of the marks and being like, what the hell's going on? All right, 30-15. There's a bit of serve from Zverev. Here's an ace, 40-15. All right, Zverev settled here, which is good. 40-15. 40-15. And another ace from Zverev. Okay. Zverev leads 6-5. But I don't think he's going to let this go. Someone tells me he's going to have a bit of a chat. Yep. Talking straight to the eye. As soon as he sat down, he took the umpire and he went, Muhammad, blah, 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 blah. And now he's standing up. Like, Zverev was not going to let this go. You knew he wasn't going to let it go. You knew he wasn't going to let it go. As soon as he sat down, he turned around, he went, I'm not having to talk to you. And then he stood up and he's like, we're talking. And I'll tell you, out of all the umpires, Muhammad Liani's the one that's going to try and explain why. Most umpires will be like, I can't leave the chair. I can't leave the chair. But Muhammad Liani gets a little bit, he's a more conversationalist. And he's going to explain why, and he's going to go into the details and all that stuff. And he's going to say a lot more things than maybe he needs to. I mean, yeah, you know, he can't leave the chair. I get it. All right. Fokina's going to try and get to a tiebreak. And Zverev's going over to I think he's going over to his coaches to have a yap to them too. Oh wait, Stuttgart wasn't electronic line calls? Really? It wasn't? Oh, okay. My bad. Well, I know Azarenka had one this week. But yeah. I thought Stuttgart was. Oh no, Stuttgart wasn't, was it? Because it's WTA. And it was WTA don't have the rule. All right. Here we go. Fokina's going to try and get to a tiebreak in the second. But we've had a lot of madness happen in the last couple of games. Between the long game of Fokina and then the Zverev bad call by Hawkeye, and it's been crazy. Backhand rally. Maybe that might just fire Zverev up here. As we're backhand again for Fokina. And that goes out. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. As we just serve from Fokina's a let. Love 15. Serving to the back end of Zverev. Fokina forehand to the front of Zverev. Again to the front of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand to the back of Fokina. Who hits a drop shot in the net. Love 30. Love 30. I didn't see the mark with Sasha right. I mean, they showed the mark from a distance and it looked like it was out. But it did look out. But I guess we'll find out after the match when Zverev posts the photo. Love 30. Chance for Zverev to take the set. Return goes in. The forehand of Fokina. Fokina puts it away. 15-30. 15-30. Serve again. As a return, goes in the forehand of Fokina. And that's a lovely inside-out winner from Davidovich Fokina. And it's 30-all. Yeah, it did look out, for sure. 30-all. Serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev runs to the drop shot. Fokina with a backhand pass, though. It's too good. 40-30. To take us to a tiebreak in the second set. (40-30). As we get a backhand return from Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. Fokina hits it out. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. So we're going to serve again. Into the forehand of Zverev. Return goes to the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand in the net. Advantage Davidovich Fokina. Advantage Fokina. To take us to the second set tiebreak. Serving to the forehand of Zverev. Return. Goes in. To the forehand of Fokina. Zverev forehand. To the forehand of Fokina down the line. The backhand of Zverev. Fokina gets the game and the tiebreak. We're going to the tiebreak. All right.
And now it's time for the tiebreak game.
All right, who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Are we going 3 or what? Who you got taking the tiebreak? Zverev's been much better in the second set. Who have you got? Fokina, Sasha, Fokina, Zverev, Sasha, Zverev wins, you reckon? Okay. As Fokina returns it in the back of Zverev. And Fokina slice forehand on the stretch. Zverev forehand to the line. Fokina with a backhand pass. Zverev with a volley in the nets. Fokina slipped, but he won the point anyway. 1-love. Mini break already to Fokina. A lot of people going with Zverev in the end. Okay. 1-0. By the way, Pegula's already up a break against Uchiyama. All right, serve again. Fokina now with the mini break. He slipped over and won the point, but I think he busted up his leg on the clay. A lot of clay everywhere. All right. 1-0 Davidovich Fokina. As he says, a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Zverev. Return goes back to Fokina. Zverev with the forehand into the forehand of Fokina to the backhand of Zverev. And it's Fokina forehand again to the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Fokina hits a wide 1-1. 1-1. All right, serve again from Fokina. 1-0. The serve out wide is in. And Zverev hits it long on the return. 2-1 Fokina. 2-1 Fokina. All right, back to Zverev. As we get a serve again. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return goes wide. 2-2. 2-2. Who plays Tsitsipas? Musetti plays Tsitsipas tomorrow. All right, 2-0. Zverev. Serve out wide the forehand of Fokina. Return goes to the forehand of Zverev. Fokina with the backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. It's Fokina. Forehand again to the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. And Zverev with the forehand down the line. Fokina backhand lob. Goes long and it's 3-2 Zverev. 3-2 Zverev. But we're on serve. All right, 3-2. All right, 3-2 Fokina. Oh, sorry, Zverev. Fokina serves. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Zverev. Return goes to backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand. Into the forehand of Fokina. Down the line of the backhand of Zverev. Fokina backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. As Fokina backhand goes short. Fokina with a backhand on the stretch. As Zverev with a forehand goes down the line. Fokina gets it with a drop shot. Zverev's there. Pardon me, with a slice. Fokina with a forehand in the net. And Zverev's got 4-2. They change ends. They change ends. All right. 4-2. Shout out to Donna. What's going on? 4-2. Zverev unlucky with the draw. This is not an easy matchup at all. 4-2 Zverev. As Fokina serves again. Four two Zverev. Serve to the back end of Zverev. Return goes to forehand of Fokina. He hits a drop shot. Zverev gets it, but it's in the net. 4-3. 4-3. 4-3 Zverev. Four three Zverev. All right, 4-3. As we get a backhand in the net from Fokina. 5-3 Zverev. 5-3 Zverev. Serve again. As the backhand return goes to forehand Zverev. Backhand of Fokina on the stretch. Into the backhand of Zverev as Fokina. Forehand to the backhand of Zverev on the stretch again. Fokina forehand again to the backhand of Zverev. As Fokina goes down the line, Zverev's got it with a forehand into the backhand of Fokina. Fokina in the net. 6-3 Zverev. To take us to a third. 6-3 Zverev. 6-3. Six to 3. 3 set points to take us to a third. As we default, second serve. As return goes in from Zverev into the forehand of Fokina. Fokina hits out, we're going 3. Zverev takes the second. And he looks pretty happy about it. 7-6. Zverev's got the tiebreak and he's going to the third. I'll tell you, chat, we might not watch much tennis today, but the 2 matches we've watched, at least we're getting our value. We're getting money's worth, chat. All right. And again, Zverev has gone to the umpire and just pleading with him to go check the mark. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to brag about the photo if he wins. I think no matter what happens, he's going to post the photo just to be like, hey, this is what's going on. Yeah. You know. 11 winners from Zverev in that set, 10 errors. Fokina hit 15 winners and 22 errors. So that was a struggle. That was a struggle. Are you covering any other matches today? Probably not. I think I'm going to try and prepare for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to get crazy. Hopefully the schedule comes out soon so we can talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Because remember, everyone plays tomorrow on the women's side. So that is why tomorrow is a big day. Trusting Hawkeye over the mark on the ground is an unholy act. Well, that's how it is now these days, chat. The world has changed. Machines are doing the jobs, all right? Machines are making our decisions for us now. We have delegated line calls to machines. It is the future. And we're probably not going backwards. So it sucks. But look, the machines will get better, right? Machines will improve. Maybe. Hopefully. Saw Sakari score and got surprised. Oh, yeah. Sakari was great today. What a win. So we have to push back at them to be accurate. Well, they will. They'll improve. It'll improve. Or it'll be like this all the time and we'll have to get over it. Um, Sloppy tiebreak by Alejandro. Super focus mode on Zverev. Yeah, that was a few errors from Fokina in that tiebreak, but it was all Zverev was just rock solid. Pegula can be tough to watch. Yeah, she was winning, and I don't know what happened. She's 3-0 in the first set of her match. Also, Kenin is about to win. All right, Fokina's going to serve first in the third. Who you got winning the third set, chat? Who have you got winning this final set? I am going to go with Zverev. Players will always complain. They complain before line calls. Yeah. I don't think it will be perfect. Eventually, it will be near perfect, but it will never be perfect. And the clay courts have always been the clay court, Hawkeye clay court replays have always been... I mean, before they implemented, they said it was not accurate enough. So it was always going to be... It's always been questionable, right? Either Fokina wins in a dramatic set or Zverev runs away with it. I could see those things happening. All right. The Kenin scoreline is 5-5 in the third. In the third. Okay, we're just waiting for Fokina to come back from the bathroom. And then we will finish off this match. Svitolina or Raducanu? I'm going to go with Raducanu in 3. Sasha's serve saved him in the second set. Yeah, served way better in that second set. All right. Fokina coming back. We can finish the match. Medvedev's coming on next, by the way. We will not be watching him, but I just thought I'd mention it. All right. Here we go. Fokina to serve to start the final set. Who's winning the final set, chat? Let me know. Who you got? Who you got winning this final set? Who wins the final set? As we return now. And that goes out by Fokina. Love 15. Love 15. As that goes out by Fokina again. Love 30. Love 30. Serve again for Fokina. Has it back end rally, but Fokina hits it out again. Love 40. Love 40. As that goes out by Zverev on the return. 15-40. As he serves in the forehand, Zverev. Return goes into the forehand of Fokina, but Zverev hit out on the return again. 30-40. 30-40. As the return goes in the back of Fokina, Zverev gets it with a slice, but Fokina puts away the volley, and it's deuce. We get to deuce. All right, serve again. As the return goes in the net by Zverev, advantage for Fokina. Advantage for Fokina. As the return goes to the forehand of Fokina. Forehand from Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev down the line. Fokina with the backhand pass. Zverev with a volley. Fokina's going to get it. And Zverev volleys it long. One love for Fokina. Good fight back. Very good fight back from love 40. All right. All right. 1-0. Okay. Zverev to serve. Kenner will probably break back and take the tie break. Oh, what's happening? Oh, Potapova serving for the match. Okay. All right, Zverev to serve. Into the forehand for Fokina, hits it long. And it's 15 love. Zverev serves again. Fokina slices it back. Zverev with a forehand winner. 30 love. 30 love. Serve again. Into the backhand of Fokina. Fokina heads out. 40 love. And then an ace. All right. 1-1. 1-1. Watch out for Kostyuk. Got money on her. Okay. All right. 1-1. As Fokina serves. And the return goes out from Zverev, 15 love. As the return from Zverev is good, but Fokina is better. 30 love. 30 love. Serve again. Here's a fault second serve. Second serve. And the return goes in the backhand of Fokina. Zverev slice. Fokina volleys the winner. 40 love. $40 love. To lead again. Also, Kenin broke back. As that goes to the net from Fokina, 40-15. $40-15. Serve again by Fokina. Serve to the forehand of Zverev. Fokina forehand to the backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand to the backhand again of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. It's Fokina backhand into the backhand of Zverev. To the backhand of Fokina on the stretch. Zverev with the backhand down the line. Fokina gets with the forehand cross. Zverev shanks it. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand again to the backhand of Fokina. Drop shot's good. Zverev gets it with a slice. Fokina forehand winner down the line. Great shot.
This is going to be on tennis.
He loved it too. All right, 2-1. Great rally. 2-1 for Fokina in the final set. Zverev had a decent approach as well, but Fokina whips it down the line. Crazy shot, that one. 2-1. 2-1. How have we already been live for 4.5 hours? How is that a thing? If Kenin or Potapova win this, it will be well-deserved. Yeah, Sipakul is losing. She's about to lose the first set. All right, Fokina. 2-1, he stays in front. Final set. All right. All right, 2-1. Zverev levers could hold that could have reached that shot. That was tough. Fokina kind of whipped it down the line pretty quickly. All right, 2-1 Fokina. All right, back to Zverev. Two 1 Zverev. Sorry, 2-1 Fokina. Zverev to serve. Zverev to serve. Is an ace. 15 love. $15 love. As we default second serve. As with a backhand now from Zverev. Down the line winner, 30 love. $30 love. As we get a return the net from... Sorry, let from Zverev. He's going to serve again. As the return goes out by Fokina, 40 love. All right, 40 love. Zverev holds with another good serve. And it's 2-all in the... 2-all in this final set. Okay. All right, back to Fokina. 2-0. Serve again. Here's a fault by Fokina. Second serve. Fokina serves. Into the forehand of Zverev. Return goes back to Fokina. And Fokina hits a winner. 15 love. He thinks Zverev is better player than Sinner. No. 15 love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand is Zverev. Return goes to the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand goes out. 30 love. $30 love. $30 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Fokina. Slices Zverev into the forehand of Fokina. And Zverev with the backhand into the forehand of Fokina. Again to the forehand of Zverev. Fokina with a volley is too good. 40 love. $40 love. $40 love. $40 love. As Fokina serves an ace, 3-2. He stays in front in the final set. 3-2 Fokina. You can't compare Sinner and Zverev? Yeah, exactly. Zverev has the same potential but hasn't fulfilled. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not even a question, right? I mean, Zverev would probably admit the Sinner's better. All right. All right. Potapova wins the tiebreak 8-6. Jeez, that's a marathon. By the way, Pegula's down a set and a break. What the hell? So Potapova Kostyuk, that is a fiery matchup. Those two have had battles. By the way, Pegula losing means if Dasha wins today, she might make the semis. Or the quarters. All right. Back to Zverev. 3-2. 3-2 Fokina. All right. As we just serve out wide from Zverev as a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serving to the back end of Fokina. Return goes to forehand of Zverev. Fokina. Down the line of the back end of Zverev. Into the slice of Fokina. Zverev forehand. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev drop shot. No, it's more of a slice forehand and Fokina hits it long. 15 love. 15 love. Zverev serves again. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. There's a double fault. 15 all. 15 all. As we get a serve again. And it's an ace. 15. 30-15. It's 11 aces for Zverev. 30-15. Serving to the forehand of Fokina. Forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand. To the slice of Fokina. And Zverev with the forehand again. The backhand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fokina backhand. Goes wide. 40-15. 40-15. 40-15. Pegula's down 6-3 to love. As Zverev serves. And Fokina hits it out. All right, 3-0. Shelton Menzies today is going to be crazy. Maybe. What are they playing? They're playing much later. All right. Return goes out by Zverev, 15 love. By the way, chat, I'm sick of these. I'd say I'm getting real tired of these night sessions that are so late in the night or so much further in the day that we just have 4 hours until the next match comes up. I can't stand this. Is anyone else sick of night session matches being super, super late? Or super delayed? We've got 3-4 hours to wait for the next one? Well, I get it. I know why they do it. They do it, but also because, what if they play epic matches in the day and they can have time to play? Man, so many times we're just waiting for hours for the night matches. Night session matches just take, if Pegula loses, it's going to be a couple of hours till Shelton comes on. They're just doing nothing. It happens at every tournament too. It just seems like we just have to wait so long for the next match when there's just no, if you want to watch center court, for example. Luckily for this, it's taken a long time on center court. So Medvedev's match should take up the time to the night session. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just wish they just did matches back-to-back. You know? Let's go back-to-back all day, and then whenever it finishes, it finishes. But the tournaments won't make money if they don't do allocated night session tickets, so... Anyways, backhand goes in from Fokina to the backhand of Zverev. Fokina slicing the net, 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. As Fokina serves again. As we had a fault by Fokina, second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand again at the slice of Fokina. Zverev slices it back. Fokina forehand inside out. Is good. And Fokina holds. 4-3, final set. He stays in front. All right. 4-3. Things are getting serious now. Do you think next year might be Djokovic's last? Yes. Yes, I do. Especially if he doesn't perform well at slams. Dasher won't play for 5 hours, yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's see if Fokina can... Let's see if Fokina can get it done. Because we've had a lot of upsets in this tournament. I don't get the rationale and not putting matches back to back. Like, why wait 3 or 4 hours? Yeah. It's night session, it's television, it's, you know. That's the reason. But it is kind of crazy when we have these, like, long delays until the next match. But, you know. It is what it is. All right, Zverev with a forehand winner, 15 love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return goes long, 30 love. Love. Zverev serves again. Goes down to double break in the second. Man. There's a bit of fault from Zverev, second serve. Second serve. He double faults. 30-15. 30-15. As we to serve again from Zverev. 30-15. Serving to the forehand of Fokina. Fokina in that. 40-15. Hey, what's going on, Linda? How you doing? 40-15. Zverev to level the final set. Serving to the back to Fokina. Return. Goes into the forehand of Zverev. It's Fokina backhand. To the backhand of Zverev. Fokina with a forehand pass. Zverev with a volley. Fokina with a pass. In the net. And it's 4-all. Final set. 4 games all. Maybe Pegula 8. The same thing Monfils. 8? Wait, what? Yeah, Uchiyama beat Jabeur in the last round, so she's on a bit of a run this week. Okay. 4 games all. Final set. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand now. Fokina. Forehand from Zverev. Again, the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the forehand again to the forehand of Fokina. Into the backhand of Zverev. Fokina backhand. Again to the backhand of Zverev. As Fokina backhand goes again to the backhand of Zverev. To the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand down the line. Fokina gets on the stretch. Into the forehand of Zverev. As Fokina on the attack. Zverev with a pass. But Fokina gets it right with the backhand. Moves back to the baseline. Slice now. Fokina to the backhand of Zverev. Zverev is a lovely winner down the line. Jeez, that backhand's working now. Love 15. Huge backhand winner by Zverev. Love 15. All right. Fokina serves again. Love 15. 22-shot rally as well. As we get a let from Fokina. Serve again for Fokina. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Zverev. Return goes back to Fokina. Zverev backhand. Oh no, Fokina hit the line. Good shot. 15-0. Huge backhand winner from Davidovich Fokina. 15-0. By the way, Stearns versus Masarova is about to start. Winner's going to play Sabalenka. 15-0. First serve is a fault by Fokina. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Zverev. Return goes a forehand of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand. Into the backhand of Fokina on the stretch. Zverev watches it go long. 15-30. Fokina has to hold his nerve. He's sometimes in these situations has lost his nerve. Remember when he hit that underarm serve for no reason? At like 8-all in a tiebreak? All right, 15-30. He's got to keep his head. 15-30. As Fokina serves. There's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Zverev. Return goes to forehand of Fokina. Drop shot is good, but Zverev's there. Fokina with a pass. Zverev with a volley. Is a winner. 15-40. Zverev to take the break and serve of the match and avoid disaster. 15-40. $15.40. All right, Fokina serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Zverev. Return the forehand of Fokina. Zverev with a slice. Fokina comes in with a volley. And he puts it away. One saved. 30-40. 30-40. Still a chance for Zverev to break. 30-40. Fokina serves. A fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Zverev. Return goes to the back of Fokina. Zverev with the backhand to the forehand of Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev. Fokina forehand down the line. Zverev's got it with a backhand slice. And it's Fokina backhand in the net. There's the break. Zverev's going to serve for this match. 5-4. Zverev breaks. Okay. Zverev might avoid disaster. He might just avoid disaster. Okay. Pegula's down 4-love in the second. She is down 6-3, 4-love. That is not great. Okay. Yeah, tough rounds for Zverev for sure. I feel like this is the year from the outside, top 29 on both WTA and ATP. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm confused. Okay. It's going to be Zverev serving to get to the fourth round, which will be on Tuesday. And he might play Cerundolo, which is a very tricky match. But Fokina's fought well. Just hasn't been able to clutch it out. All right. Zverev to serve to put himself in the fourth round. And to avoid another upset. Serve. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return the forehand of Zverev. Fokina backhand lob. Goes in. And Zverev hits a smash wide. Love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Is a let. Serve again. And into the forehand is another let. Serve again. Is another let. 3 lets in a row. All right, serve again. Serve again. Into the forehand of Fokina. Return goes to the forehand of Zverev. Fokina forehand into the forehand of Zverev, who shanks it. Love 30. Fokina a chance to get the break back. Love 30. And the crowd's going nuts. Love 30. Love 30. As Zverev serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Fokina. Return goes back in Zverev. Zverev hits it out. Love 40. All right. Davidovich Fokina to keep this match alive. Okay. To keep the match alive. As the return goes back in Zverev. Fokina backhand to the backhand of Zverev. Fokina with a forehand cross. Zverev gets it. Into the forehand of Fokina. Down the backhand of Zverev. Fokina gets the break back. Zverev hit it long. All right. 5-5. Final set. Five all. Back to Fokina. Back to Fokina. 5 games all. All right. The return goes out by Zverev. 15 love. $15 love. $15 love. As Fokina serves again. Serve again. As Fokina too strong. 30 love. $30 love. As we just serve out wide. Is an ace. 40 love. 40 love. All right, 40 love. Nice serving for Fokina. All right. Davidovich Fokina has got the lead. And Zverev's going to serve to try and take it to a tiebreak to finish this match. Am I watching the Medi match? No. We'll not be watching the Medvedev match. Okay. If Zverev lose now, professional tennis player level is become worse and worse. Okay. Well, Fokina's pretty good, though. All right, let's see if Zverev can get to a tiebreak. All right. What happened to Pegula? She is losing, pardon me. She is down 5-2 in the second. She's down 6-3, 5-2. All right, Davidovich Fokina. By the way, thank you, Let's, for another month as a member. Appreciate that. Okay. Here we go. 2 hours and 35 minutes played. Zverev serving to stay in the match now. As we just serve. Into the corner for Fokina. Return the net. 15 love. $15 love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Zverev. Double fault. 15-0. $15 all. All right, Zverev serves again. Serving to the backhand of Fokina. Backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Fokina. Zverev backhand. Too strong. 30-15. Beautiful backhand cross-court winner. 30-15. Oh, by the way, Zverev accidentally hit the ball kid who was flying across the court. Zverev didn't mean it, but that was... I mean, the ball kid got smacked and kept running, though, so that's good. But yeah, Zverev, that was... I mean, that could have been dangerous. By the way, I don't think they're ball kids, are they? Oh, no, they are ball kids. They used to be like supermodels, but now they're ball kids. Lucky Zverev didn't lucky they didn't get hurt. Anyway, it's 30-15. As Fokina goes to the backhand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Fokina. Zverev backhand. Down the line to the forehand of Fokina. And Zverev with the forehand again to the forehand of Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev down the line. That's a good shot. Fokina with a slice. Zverev comes in with a smash, but Fokina's lob went long, so no smash required. 40-15 to get to the tiebreak. $40-15. Zverev to take us to a tiebreak to finish this match. All right. Serve. There's a let. Serve again. Zverev serves again. Serving to the forehand of Fokina. Into the forehand of Zverev. It's Fokina. In the net. All right, tiebreak. Final set shootout, chat. I'm not doing the intro. Who you got? Who you got winning this, chat? Who have you got winning this tiebreak? Who have you got? Zverev, Fokina, Zverev. Sasha, Fokina, Zverev. Okay. Fokina serves. Now, if you're just joining us, Zverev did serve for the match. And then Fokina broke, and now we're here. By the way, Pegula just lost. All right, backhand return. Goes in the forehand of Fokina. Fokina hits it out, though, and it's 1-love Zverev. 1-0 Zverev. So we've had a bit of carnage today. We've already lost Rublev, Pegula, Sabalenka played a 3-setter unexpectedly, and this match has gone the distance. And there's still plenty of players that could get. I mean, Paolini also was an upset. Kenin she lost earlier today as well. So it's starting to get a bit crazy. The last 24 hours have been carnage. Volley from Zverev, too good. 2-love. Can Zverev avoid the carnage? 2-love. 2-0. Is Zverev the best German to ever touch a tennis racket? Not even close. All right, 2-love Zverev. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve Zverev. Into the backhand for Fokina. Return goes to front of Zverev. Fokina backhand pass is a lob, but it's long. 3-love Zverev. 3-love Zverev. All right. Only 1 minute break, though. Fokina to serve. All right. Serve again from Fokina now. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Zverev. Backhand up front for Fokina. In the net. 4-love Zverev. 4-0 Zverev. Okay. Fokina serves again. As he serves. Fault Fokina, second serve. Serve to the forehand of Zverev. Forehand from Fokina. Goes long. 5-0 Zverev. All right. He's running away with this now, Sasha. 5-0. And Fokina is going to need a miracle. Five zero. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in from... Oh, it goes out by Fokina. 6-0 Zverev. They change ends now. And Zverev is standing with 6 match points. 6 match points. For Sasha Zverev. To put himself into the 4th round and to avoid an upset. And he does. Great serve. Zverev takes it. That was a fight. That was brutal. Zverev took the long way around, but he got done. That's all that matters. All right, GG's. Zverev serves his way out of trouble. And he will now take on an Argentina player in the second round, next round. GG's. Pardon me. He will take on probably Cerundolo. Oh, man. All right. That was rough. That was a rough one. Good win, though. Good win by Zverev. He needed that. All right. If you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. We're going to be back tomorrow for more tennis. So much tennis left to do this week. Love you, Sasha, for giving me continuous heart attacks. Yeah. Yep. By the way, Stern's up 3-1 against Masarova as well at the moment. That's the only other match going on. Yeah, Pegula lost. Palini, Pegula, and Rublev all went down today. And both Zverev and Sabalenka, the number 1 seeds, both struggled. So it's been a weird day after Djokovic lost yesterday. Want to watch your comments on Fonseca? The live stream from yesterday will be up sometime. It's there. The live stream's there. It should be there. Oh, what the hell? No, yeah, I thought the live stream was there. That's weird. Here you go. If you want to watch that live stream, there it is. That's weird. I thought it was live. I don't know why it wasn't live. Strange. But it's there now. You can watch it. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't live. I mean, it was unlisted, so I don't know what happened. Must have been a glitch. I want to see how Demonor does in Chapo. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. More surprising, Pegula or Palini? I think Pegula losing was more surprising. Zverev won 2 less points in the whole match and still won, yeah. Yep, indeed. That is funny. Schneider or Swiatek? Swiatek. Hard luck for Fokina, yeah. He was in that match. He was really in that match. He could have got the win there. Definitely could have won that match. But he didn't. I think Pegula's tired. She's played a lot of tennis. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. Who is the favorite to win Madrid overall? Probably Zverev still. Probably, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. How does Zverev survive these matches? I don't know. Hopefully he improves on this match, though, because he wasn't great in the first set. But he clutched it out. Credit to Zverev, clutching it out. Oh, all right, chat. I'm out of here. God, I'm stuffed. But we'll be back tomorrow to do it all again. I can't believe we did 5 hours of streams. 5.5 hours. Holy shit. That's a lot. That's a long... For 2 matches, 5.5 hours for 2 matches? That's insane. What the hell? These are some long-ass matches, chat. But at least they were good. They were good matches, so that's all that counts. But we'll be back tomorrow to do it all again. Tomorrow's a big day, so make sure you get ready for it because it's going to be 4th round of the ladies. Everyone on the women's side is playing. And then on the men's side, it's the bottom half of the draw. So it's going to get pretty hectic. Go get some rest? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. Shelton and Menzig's a must-watch. Yeah, we'll get Tennis TV, and you'll be sorted. You got this. Get some rest, feel better, thanks. Take care in the midst of carnage. Yeah, I know, right? It has been carnage. There's been some carnage. Hey, Vesely's playing in Ostrava. Cool. Do I ever go outside? Sometimes. Sometimes. All right, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow, unless something changes, but when the schedule comes out, I'm sure tomorrow is going to be so hectic that I'm going to need to rest up for that, because as much as 3 third-round blockbusters are amazing, they're also very tiring, and I've got a lot of matches to watch this week, so we got to pace ourselves. The schedule's out? Oh, shit. For tomorrow? Really? What, it just come out? I don't know what he'd send me, the schedule. What happened? Oh, it is out. It came out 5 minutes ago. All right. Wow, why do they put Bencic versus Gauff on court 2? That's wild. Andreeva's on at the same time as Gauff? Why? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? I'm a little shocked that Gauff versus Bencic is not on center court. But that's okay. All right, so tomorrow's crazy. Berrettini versus Draper. Oh, actually, the schedule's not too bad. Schedule actually might work out pretty well. But we've got a long day tomorrow. We're gonna be doing a lot of tennis tomorrow, so it's gonna be a big day tomorrow. And then Rebecca Svitolina winner plays Zachary. All right. Yeah. Crazy day tomorrow. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining. 267676. Zverev wins in 2 hours, 45 minutes. He gets it done. And he is into the 4th round. He'll be playing in a couple of days' time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for another big day of Madrid. See you tomorrow.